What happens when Bonnie's phone accidentally gets flushed down the toilet because of Emma, and then no one believes her that her husband Brad is really young, so then Ben decides to step in and pretend to be Bonnie's boyfriend? It's messy. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's amazing how the unexpected can take your life and change directions. Yes, hello.
I love that song.
Same. I listen to it every single day.
Okay.
But hello, guys. Welcome to the Baby Daddy After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. Today we are going to be discussing the episode Unholy Matrimony, Season 5, Episode 15.
Yes. We're still in Season 5.
What do you think of this episode?
It's fine. It was cute. It had some funny innuendo. It's one line I'm going to say later that's my favorite line of the episode.
I'm excited. There's so many great one-liners. We talked about it last week with Tahj.
Yes. There were a lot of great one-liners.
It's amazing.
So who are you? Where can I find you?
Yes, you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And you can find me on all the interwebs, yes, the interwebs, at James Lott Jr.
Love it.
Yes, I love it.
I love how we've condensed it to where we have like the same name for every social media outlet. It's easy.
I was told to do that for professional purposes, so
it's easy.
Yeah, it's easier.
I love it.
So this episode was cute. I thought it was a lot of fun, and baby Emma got featured prominently a little bit.
Exactly. She is honestly starting to grow up so cute. Obviously, they're twins, but they're getting a lot of FaceTime, and now they have like these cute little one-liners where they're like saying yes, no.
Yes. The fist bump, little fist bump.
So cute. I was so excited to see that. But we open with Bonnie, and she's potty trained Emma by bribing her with the cash on Ben's nightstand.
The tips.
The baby's kind of learning at a young age, don't you think?
Yes. If this show goes well, as we know, Season 6 is happening. Congratulations.
Oh yes, we just found out. I'm so excited.
Yes, found out. So we're very excited about that, and we're happy about that. So if this continues to go on, as she gets a little older, I can see her being a little sassy, kind of like the rest of the family.
Yep,
completely.
I can see it.
Yes.
I love it. And you know what? Ben basically says he had not really tried that hard to potty train Emma, but he did teach her to laugh at trying to flush things down the toilet.
Yes.
So she flushes Bonnie's phone down the toilet.
Yes.
So Bonnie doesn't have any phone, so keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's a plot point.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yes.
But now Danny does something that I honestly didn't see him ever kind of doing.
Yeah.
Decides to date a model actress named Elena Rios for publicity. What did you think of that? I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, it was an interesting. Well, as we see as the episode progresses, it's a really interesting plot point. But yes, he decided. This show. There was nothing super serious in this show. Thank God. I had enough serious. That show just getting me every week. But it did have as we'll talk about it more. It did really kind of lead into what's going to happen. But like he decided to go with it for publicity. Which you're right. Danny's used to do that kind of stuff. He's very much Mr. Well, he still was Mr. Honesty, Mr. Like I want to be honest. So
right. I definitely thought it was one of those things where I think he's so heartbroken over Riley still that he's trying to do whatever he can. Maybe not even to make Riley jealous, but just to feel something.
Yes, I agree.
Feel like he's at that point in his life right now.
Well, they're still not together, and we'll get into that later, of course. Still not together, but they want each other, but they're not together.
I know. It's so frustrating. Am I right?
Yes, and now they've added two people to kind of now be yes.
It's too much.
You guys in here, yes. All of our chat people who are in here, hello, you guys.
Hi.
Yes, and yes, we're trying to work on getting Derek and Chelsea, and I'm talking to the PR people and working on.
He's in the talks.
In the talks. We're in the talks. We're in talks.
I'm excited,
yes,
and basically Bonnie. This was one of my favorite scenes of this episode. Bonnie is with her, work friends.
Yes.
She's trying to fit in with them. They're kind of the big gals of the work.
The office. Yes.
They run the place. They hold the strings. And Bonnie's trying to get in cool with them, and basically decides that she's gonna let them know, hey, I have this younger husband. His name's Brad. He's really young. And they're like, oh, show us pictures. She can't show them pictures because freaking Emma
no phone.
Flushed her phone, so then of course they don't believe her. Because would you believe someone like Bonnie?
No, and it's funny as I was telling him before, if some of you guys who may be a little older will realize that the girl Judy, the one who plays Judy, was from Drew Carey show, and she used to wear this outrageous makeup and be overdone and super funny delivery. And so Judy does not believe her at all. Just and she's talking crap about her when she goes to the bathroom. Ben's nearby.
Ben is nearby, and he decides, you know what? My mom can't be talked about like that. So Ben decides to pretend that he's Brad to help his mom out, which I think is very cute because we don't really see Ben go out of his way for his mom that very much.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was like, you know what, I'm going to pretend to be my mom's boyfriend and it's going to be okay.
Yes.
And, he chugs a little bit of Chardonnay, and he's good. He's like, you know what, Mom, I may have done something weird.
Yes.
Hold on.
Now, here's the line that I loved from the whole episode.
Yes, tell me.
That made me laugh. When she was describing Brad to them, she says, he has a face that'll make you believe in God and an ass that'll make you believe in a devil. That was my line. I'm done. Love that line. I was like, this show, Freeform is pushing it.
Freeform is pushing it. Are you going to write that one down in your...
I might have to use it sometime. I don't know, but I was like, that line was hilarious. I was like, oh my God, they give Bonnie such great lines.
Bonnie's amazing.
Yes. But Ben's like, yeah, I think it's something they said in here too. I think it's something weird. Yeah, she played Mimi. Thank you, Boo69B. She played Mimi on Drew Carey's show.
Okay,
I can't remember who she was. And hello, Tina, and hello, everybody who's
Tina,
in
we miss you. We love you.
Yes, he's in here.
So then Judy basically sees Ben on a date with another little girl named Julia.
We found out. Her name was Julia, and she works with Tucker.
And they're, having fun. They're on this cute little date, and Judy's over there behind the menu,
yes,
being the little snitch she is.
Yes.
Takes the photo of Ben kissing Julia and basically sends it to Bonnie. And Bonnie's like, "You're cheating on me?"
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's all this innuendo of like, because it's his mother. So I mean, it's just so crazy. Of course, the show goes so crazy.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, you have and then meanwhile we have Ross, who is an ex of Riley's, played by Eddie Cibrian, who's been around for 100 years. I mean, he's been around, like, seriously, he looks great, but he's been around. He was from Young and the Restless. He's married to Leanne Rimes. His ex-wife is on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. He's been around for a long time. Did a lot of movies, Lifetime movies and stuff. So I was like, oh, he's her ex.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's right. So he's on, and he and Riley are kind of talking again because
Riley's
Tucker,
wanting to make Riley's pretty much wanting to make Danny jealous. That's the bottom line, and she's doing everything she can to make sure that Danny knows, hey, I'm dating again, and I'm with this cool guy that I've been with before, and you're gonna be okay with it. Not really.
Now she says something that's really you guys like me and Dakota were like, we want them back together.
Yeah,
of course. And she finally admits it. That's why I wrote this down. She finally admits. She claims she's waiting for Danny to apologize so they can fall back into each other's arms again, make everybody jealous again of like how beautiful they are. And I was like, okay, so she's fine. I guess she's finally admitted she wants to be back with him.
Right, but she says that if he apologizes for all the wrong things he's done, she doesn't see any of her own faults. That happens in every relationship, folks, but it is frustrating because I'm like, come on, Riley.
I know. But I was just like, she said it. So she's like, she totally said it. So,
yep.
Okay.
And then Tucker finds out that Danny is actually dating for publicity because it slips out. And of course, what does Tucker do? He doesn't keep his mouth shut because that would be too easy. Yeah. He goes and blabs it to Riley that it's fake. Yes. And that just makes Riley even more upset.
Yeah, it's funny the way that, because Danny, he's talking to Emma about this, of course. She's so funny. But telling Tucker, he let it slip because Tucker, for his career, he feels like, I want the scoop. This is going to be good for me.
Right.
And he's like, first he pulled the friend card. You can't say anything. He's like, the friend card? Like, you want to make sure you want to do this now? He's like, for this? He's like, yes. I'm like, oh.
He's like, really? You can only use it once. Like,
right. Oh, Boosted 9 Beats speaks to the point. Danny has been apologizing to Riley, but it's not the one she wants, apparently. Remember, she kept saying that's not it, or you're not apologizing for the right thing. So he has been apologizing.
He has. He's tried, and I think his apology is valid. Like, I think it's very valid, but apparently she doesn't think so.
But then when Danny asks Emma, should I move on? She says yes.
I was like, are you kidding me?
I'm like, oh my God.
Like, Emma. I
know. Anyway, so I thought it was kind of funny.
I know. I was expecting her to say no.
Yeah, exactly. She said yes. And they fist bumped.
Okay, all right. I was like, yeah, Emma is not for Riley. Apparently, she's been listening to Bonnie maybe a little too much. But during all this mix, Danny invites Judy and Ben, who's Brad, and Bonnie to
Brad,
the premiere because Judy's a huge fan of Alina and wants to go. So, of course, we're going to have this big fun time. We're going to invite Brad and Bonnie and Judy.
So they're all coming together. It all has to come together. You know how they do these on the show. They have to all come together.
Right. And Danny and Alina make out, and Riley sees that, and it really affects her. And it kind of puts it in perspective where she's like, you know what? Maybe I am doing this to make Danny jealous because she's over here wanting to be with Ross. And
that's air quotes for you podcast listeners.
I'm sorry, I have to like. I
was like, well, I'm like, yeah, it's like it's for a podcast. We're doing air quotes.
It's just like, come on, like, it's so frustrating. But Ross is kind of a good guy, stand-up guy in the situation, and he's like, you know what? I don't know if you're ready for this. And she's like, no, I am. I want to be, and I want to move on from him, and I kind of do like you. So, of course, he kind of falls into that, and they kind of decide they're going to do their thing, and Danny and Alina are going to try not to fake it anymore because they actually do kind of like each other now. What'd you think of that when he kind of made the transition?
it's well, I mean, first of all, the actress who played Elena Rios was beautiful. I don't know who she is, but she was beautiful. Yes. And I think that he would be, because they were fake kissing earlier. Yeah, and it was like, he's like, this is really working. He's a young man. So, like, I can see, I mean, anyway, of course, it's a beautiful woman. So it's interesting that they've decided on the show, seems like, to now pair them off, but be longing for each other, I guess. Yep. But two viable, I mean, they're both, like, attractive. Yep. Like they said here, Ross is attractive. She's pretty. They're attractive and pretty. So, and it's a bunch of mishaps. Remember, Ronnie came in and wanted to say something to him, and he was kissing. And there's just like, they're playing the whole mishap thing. So I'm like, wow, they're going that direction, I guess. I didn't know they were going that direction that fast. Yeah,
and then Danny's like, you know what? I don't know if I want this. Like, I really want Riley. So yes, Tucker, you can go ahead. You can ask the question, and we'll just tell everyone that we're doing this for publicity. You'll get your scoop, and then Riley will see that I'm not serious about Elena. And so that was the plan. And
well, remember now, right before that, Julia, who works there, so she's there too, is telling, Tucker, you get the dirt. We work in this industry, so I kind of laugh when we were talking about that. Yeah. But you don't have friends, you're in TV, and it's like kind of, it's not funny.
But James and I are friends, guys.
But we're friends, so we get along. We get along. I would never turn on him like that. That's kind of crazy. Oh, man, I don't know, we'll see. No,
maybe one of these days.
If it's a really big story, then I don't have to. But it's just funny that they were talking about that, and so, but just keep in mind, Julia's there. It's a couple later, so she's there too. So everybody's there, basically.
Everyone's there, because Danny also invites Ross and Riley, obviously. Yes. Julia's there and sees Bonnie with Ben, who is pretending to be Brad.
Yes.
And she's like, wait, so why are you trying to date your mother? What is happening here? Why are you here with her? And then Judy gets all mad and decides she's going to go blab to everyone at work. Yes. What's going on? She still doesn't believe that, she actually has a young husband named Brad.
Yes.
So Judy kind of decides to turn her back, and then Bonnie's like, like, you do not wrong Bonnie Wheeler. I wouldn't mess with Bonnie Wheeler.
I wouldn't either. I don't mess with her either. She's like, she do something. It's so funny because there's a whole little exchange there. It was kind of like, so you're dating your stepdad, your brother's your stepdad, or you're dating your mom. Like, it was this whole kind of funny thing, and I love when Ben's like, well, we're kind of breaking up right now, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not going to last for that long.
Right.
But I agree. Everybody in here, I agree with them. We need Brad. Like, where is he?
I know.
Where's the actor? Like, it was like, where's Brad?
Like, honestly, everyone loves him so much, he needs to get back into the picture, because those scenes between Bonnie and Brad
are great.
Are honestly some of the best of the show.
Peter Port, I think is his name. He's a really great actor. I'm saying the same thing, because it's like she said, I do have a hot husband. I really do. I didn't lie about that part. Yeah. I mean, and he's not on. He needs to be on the show.
I was watching Melissa Peterman's live stream today on the Baby Daddy Facebook page, and she said that originally Brad was supposed to only be in like 1 or 2 episodes, and then they hit it off so well, and their chemistry just like took over, and then that's why they decided to bring him back for more and more episodes. So he was only supposed to be in for like maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. Some little inside dish.
And she said they are like almost like best friends. Like, they hang out. I see pictures on her Instagram. They're always hanging out. It's so cute.
Oh, fun. Okay. So basically, I think basically how the episode ended is that we have 2 new couples, I guess.
Yeah.
You're going to try to make a go at it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard. But at the end of the day, Danny does admit that it's a fake relationship to Tucker during the interview, but then he kind of goes and says, you know what, but I actually like Alina, so we actually are going to be a couple. They kiss on camera.
Yes, they do.
And then
Riley sees it all, and she decides to go with, and Ross was just jacking around her, and it's like,
they kind of go their separate ways, and you can see Riley kind of look back, kind of sad, and she sighs and moves forward. But it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with, but then it kind of left us on a tiny little teaser at the very end where Julia does not want to be with Ben anymore. She's like, you're not going to have a second date with me. I don't want this. You're too weird, like dating your mom and
I know, it's kind of weird, yes.
But anyways, guys, that was the episode.
They're all finding Brad. They're putting little fish things in here.
Yes. I miss Brad. But let's get really quick into some news. Or no, not news and gossip, but predictions. Wrong show. I'm thinking about the Kardashians here.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of news and gossip.
A lot of news and gossip. What I want to ask you one thing, because I know we're kind of pressed on time. I want to ask you one thing. Do you think that Ben and Riley will ever get back together? Because we've seen this total transition, because it was always about Ben and Riley. Now it's all about Danny and Riley. Do you think we're ever going to see, Ben and Riley?
No, actually, I don't. I think actually that is done. I actually I have a feeling like that ship is now kind of passed, and I think now it's going to really be about the next season or so about Danny and Riley. I think they're just friends at this point. I think they got back to just being friends.
Yeah. And then this isn't really like a prediction because Tahj told us last week, but basically we think that he's going to have more of a serious relationship. Tucker's going to finally get some love.
Everybody wants Tucker to have love. We want him to have him too. And hopefully, he said he might be getting something. He couldn't tell us really what was going on.
Yeah.
And I got season 6 together, leaving more possibilities.
We're excited. And you know what? We need to go to a taping.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, I got to work that out too. I got to talk to him and work that out. Someone's like, please no, not Riley and Ben. Okay, so they're all saying no, the ship is ended. They're all saying the ship has sailed.
They're like, no.
No, the ship sank.
Yeah, it sank. Yeah. Any last predictions or anything like that?
I think I'm agreeing with them. No, I think it's, again, we're going to be, it's going to string, I don't know how many episodes we have left, like 5 or 6 or 7 maybe. Yeah. I think it's going to string this out for a while. We're going to see more Ross and more Elena, and then, but they love each other.
I love the storyline that's going on right now, so I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. But where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at James Lott Jr. on social media, and my radio show is on iHeartRadio and Adrenaline Radio every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the SOS Show with James Lott Jr.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.